There is not a single month that goes by without me stopping on a random day and realizing that I made it, that I escaped. It's really a strange shock, like distant fireworks, whenever these thoughts comes, because I was not even supposed to go to high school. So the fact that I'm now in my 20s is suspicious, but I'm glad I didn't do it, or at least succeeded. This video is for, I don't know, people in their 20s, especially girls and women, because we are inexistent when it comes to this topic. But first, the fact that so many people still have this thought needs to be talked about. But this video is not here to spread the same insensitive gibberish about how things get better, because it's useless and dumb. Just like people telling you you're not alone. Yes, I was, you probably are, and that's why we are dealing with these issues. Like, when they tell you that it gets better and that you're not alone, they have good intentions, but it means nothing. It doesn't help, it doesn't reflect the blurry reality that you go through every single day. When you pass through phases of numbness to phases of intense sadness, these words feel like rage bait. And a lot of the time, the people saying that are not even dealing with anything as bad. At least that's what I thought when I was dealing with these things. But yeah, now I'm a responsible adult, so if I can share a little bit of truth on the matter and maybe spoil someone on the surprising weeks ahead of them, then let's go, let's talk about it. Before talking about being a 20-something when it wasn't even supposed to happen, I have a few things to share for the ones who are not there yet or still dealing with these things. First of all, you don't need to be strong all the time. It might be controversial, but the way you survive is not up to judgment, unless obviously like don't, you know, kill people or watch and do terrible things. I mean, if what gets you going is crying every day and bedrotting, I'm not judging if you're getting through this by listening and watching a K-pop group. I don't care. And if it's maybe daydreaming every single second of your day, I've been there too. There is no need to be the perfect victim, the happy friend or family member. Your emotions or numbness are real. And of course, you're scared of losing the few people around you if you're depressed all the time. Or if you refuse to go out every single time you're included. But take your time. I mean, you're thinking about ending it anyway, so take your time. At least express it when you're alone. And that is one thing that, weirdly enough, helped me. Anytime I could, I would find a way to be alone, and I know that doesn't sound very healthy, but isolating yourself throughout the day, just to let the fake smile drop, or even cry, or just taking a deep breath, is better than keeping everything in until nighttime, or until the next time. Oh, and it's actually a good thing, but it doesn't sound like one. It doesn't get better in a day. Probably sounds obvious, but it's an important information to keep in mind, because otherwise you won't realize that it's getting better. Like, for me, there has been these full days without me wanting to leave, and then it would come back all over again. I thought I was doing okay, but apparently not. Turns out, I was healing without realizing. It doesn't get better in a day. Instead, you will go through phases of okay, and then the despair will invade you again. But at some point, just know that these phases of feeling alive won't be phases anymore, it will just be your life. And it's not like there is a cheat code. If you stay, this reality will fade away. It's not like you have a choice. You won't even have to do much. Like, you will grow up. Your body will change, your class or job, or even like the town you live in. That's just how it goes. You won't be 25 still in high school with the same dumb people. That's not a possibility for you or anyone. There is another life beyond that. Back then, I just wish I had known and seen how many things exist outside of my uneventful existence. Because every day was the same and it stayed the same for so many years. Like, go to school, go back to your room. And the most exciting plan was going to the mall. But that's not even 1% of the things that I've experienced now as an adult. Things that sometimes are free or not even that far. But especially because of my social anxiety and many other undiagnosed stuff. Because that's the funny thing with social anxiety, is that even going to the doctor is something that makes you anxious just by thinking about it. So I still don't know what the hell is messed up in my brain, at least I don't know like everything. But since I wasn't planning on living that far, my life has just started in terms of options and free will. Like, this is new to me, and weirdly, it's a good thing because I was numb for most of my life. So now that I get to try new sports, new food, and just anything, even when I'm scared or anxious, the doors keep opening. Like, going to the bakery was not a scary thing to do, because in fact, it seemed so stressful to talk and ask and pay and be looked at that I wouldn't even go. Not that I was allowed to go out anyway. But now I just go to music festivals on my own in towns I don't know and come back at night to sleep in a place that I've never been to before. And I love bakeries now. And guess what? The what if thoughts are still in my mind. Like, what if I don't speak loud enough? What if I say the wrong thing? Like, you're pretty instead of goodbye. But the difference is that I've done all of this already. The mistakes, I've made them, so I know that the world didn't explode and that people didn't collectively point at me when it happened. Basically, once you start going to the movie theater alone, visiting museums on your own, joining a book club, you will keep proving your expectations that these silly outcomes are in fact silly. Obviously, don't start by the big scary thing as the first step. Going to the store alone can be stressful, for instance. So just start by going on walks in this area without even entering the store. At some point, you will get used to it. After a few days or weeks, you won't have to buy thousands of products. Just enter, take one thing, pay, and leave. Like, just buying one thing will make the experience less scary, especially if you're used to being in this area. And you also know that you won't be staying for too long. So yeah, you could do that, or just give up. Not give up, but when you're this low, nothing really matters, so use that. Nothing matters and you don't want to be here anyway, so just get this stupid task out of the way. Once again, it depends on the person. I'm not giving magic potions and lucky spells, but I'm just saying that there is a way out and that it's not always the obvious one. And on this topic of being an adult who is confused about the life I had and the one I own right now, I won't lie, there are a few downsides to it too. Because a lot of experiences are new, I'm also late and confused about a lot of different topics. Stuff like getting your own home, maintaining friendships, and how you do the job, mails, taxes, adult stuff. It's confusing sometimes, but apparently even the people who didn't go through these really bad things are also confused. So I guess we're all in this together, just in different places. Missing out on parties and your own birthdays sucks because it's not coming back. I still remember how shocked I was when I left high school for the very last time, and that was it. At that point, I was in a better place, mentally at least. So looking back and realizing that I was finally seeing and feeling, but that it was too late to make friends as a teenager and be dumb and do silly things. That was it. You don't get a second chance. And obviously, I wouldn't go back to certain moments if I could, but no matter if we're talking high school or life, once you leave, you don't get a second chance. And even though I'm alive now, apparently, I'm grieving who I lost in all of this. I had high hopes for turning 16, moving out, changing schools, and nothing happened the way I wanted. And it didn't mean anything to anyone. There was one aspect I didn't think about though. There's a life after high school. So I was busy grieving the teenage dream I could have had if I would have been as sane and safe as everybody else, without knowing that in the distance, my future self was living it just a few years later. Of course, you won't have the greatest life when you're 17 or around this age because you have so many choices to make and not so many options and experiences. Personally, I didn't even know the options. Of course, it's valid to not want to keep on going, to not want to keep on being insulted, mocked, pushed, and compared to people that don't even have the same chances and tools and family as you. And hoping for a better day sometimes hurts more because deep down you believe that you're the problem, that you're the one attracting all this bad luck, and that maybe you deserve it. Even when you love the people around you, feeling so numb and depressed, ashamed of what you feel and how you look, it makes you think that maybe people would be better off without you. You're missing the point. Since you're so attached to the idea of being useless, then that also means you are free. The hole you feel because no one cares about you right now, that's what you're going to feel with sunrises, creative hobbies, concerts, planning your grand escape, and how you will decorate your home. Walking in the woods, creating stories, applying to become an extra in movies, planting sunflowers, daydreaming, and just surviving out of spite. This life is so stupid, it's almost funny. So the light at the end of the tunnel could be the great void of death that we know nothing about and could be just as boring and bad. Or if you stay, this light could be a huge party for your 25th birthday. But what do I know?